Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Trading with JP. I'm JP. I hope that you had a fantastic New Year's. Welcome to 2022. In today's video, I'm going to share my top 3 cryptocurrencies to get invested in 2022 and do a quick technical analysis to show you guys why I'm picking these top 3. But before we do that, do me a quick favor, smash that like button. It really does help me out to make sure that my videos get seen all over YouTube and in the crypto space. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel as well to make sure that you don't miss out on any other videos. All right, now that business is out of the way, let's dive into the charts and talk about some crypto.
All right, welcome back, guys. So just taking a quick look at crypto bubbles and kind of getting an idea of what the market's been doing over the past week, you can clearly see that a lot of the big players are kind of in a downtrend right now. We've seen over the past month, definitely the past week, prices going down on quite a few of the big players. You know, Bitcoin's down 6.8%, Ethereum's down 7.8%. Definitely having some pretty big losses. If we look at the crypto fear and greed index, we can see that we're still in this extreme fear phase. So, you know, I know that there were some big things that happened with, you know, some of the China bans, you know, that always seems to be going on, blah, 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 right? But ultimately, over the course of the past month, we've really, the market's been very fearful. Man, I couldn't say that for the crypto market, and we've seen that, right? And when we take a look at our particular chart, so let's go ahead and talk about my first cryptocurrency to get involved with. And guys, this is Bitcoin. All right, don't let the huge price tag, don't let that scare you just because it has a big price tag on it, and maybe go for one of these meme coins just because it has a smaller value. At the end of the day, I don't necessarily look at the dollar value. I look at the percentages of gain. All right, if I can turn $1 into $2, I can turn 1,000 into $2,000, or scale that even higher, $100,000 into $200,000, or even 1 million into 2 million. So you got to be able to start small and just work in those percentages and get used to getting that rhythm. And Bitcoin, guys, the whole market, the whole crypto market seems to follow Bitcoin. So if you want a very, in my opinion, lower risk, high reward scenario, I would choose Bitcoin to maybe dip your, toes into the crypto market, or even just make sure that you have it as part of your portfolio if you are a dynamic investor. So again, Bitcoin, I don't see it going anywhere. In fact, 2022 could be a very big year for it. We had, kind of the first launch of the ETF in 2021. It wasn't very a big success. We're going to see tweaks of that potentially come into 2022 as well. We could see some positive regulations. There's a lot of fundamental factors, but I try to stay away from a lot of the fundamental stuff because you never necessarily know when that's going to happen. And I really try to stay in the technical side. So if we're looking at Bitcoin from a technical perspective, this is what I'm looking at. So we had our first run up, and actually I'm including this entire run, even though we had a little bit of a correction here, I'm not including that. And I'm putting our loss, or our zero level is going to be at this previous low of $43,000, $43,000 mark. Looking at our MACD and our RSI momentum indicators, okay, we have been on a gradual decline for quite some time. Creating lower highs, even though the price itself was going up. So that is technically a bearish divergence, and we could see the price continue to keep going down even more than we have. So again, probably looking at the price of Bitcoin fluctuating somewhere between $42,000 to $43,000 to maybe about $55,000, $56,000. That's going to be this area that we're kind of bouncing in, if you will, until we start seeing another break. Now, looking at our MACD, I've kind of drawn out the indicators. We can see it looks like we may be potentially towards the end of this wave and start seeing some of the momentum start going back up in our favor, but we still have probably a good 3 to 4 weeks before we see that happen. So my guess is we could see Bitcoin going down, like I said, to that $42,000, $43,000 mark before we start seeing any type of increase. And once these lines end up kind of crossing over and we go back into the green, we could see that particular run. Now, looking at where I think that that's going to go, if we have 100% gain of what we did last time, we would be looking at somewhere between about 77 to 78. On a high side, we could be looking all the way up to about $90,000. So, and this again, guys, we're looking at actually probably closer to the end of May. So this is just a quarter one, quarter two. We could be looking at, going from $43,000 all the way up to $90,000. So that's going to be over 100% gain within the first 6 months of 2022. So good things, I believe, are on the horizon for Bitcoin. I do see the price going down over the next 3 to 4 weeks for the month of January. Then we'll start probably seeing the price go up. And like I said, I'm shooting for somewhere between the $77,000 and $90,000 range. Okay, so that is my first top cryptocurrency that I would pick for 2022. Now let's go ahead and talk about number two. So number two, again, would be Ethereum. So Ethereum, again, is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. We know that there's significant technology here. It's going to continue to keep improving. So again, I think whether you are a novice investor or a senior investor, having Ethereum as part of your portfolio is not going to be a bad thing. So again, very similar to Bitcoin. This correction, I'm not necessarily counting that in my Fibonacci retracement. So, but I am looking at this previous lowest low of about $3,000. So, again, this chart is very, very similar to Bitcoin. We see that the RSI indicator is probably going to keep going down. We also see that it's been gradually going down over the last couple months. Even though the price has actually been going up. So again, that's kind of a bearish divergence, and now we're starting to see that price fall because of it. Now, I think that the price is going to continue to keep falling somewhere between this $3,000 mark. The first area that we're going to have to break above is going to be this $4,100 mark. So if we get back up there within the next couple of days, I wouldn't say, "Ooh, great, we're back at 4,000. That's a great opportunity to buy," because chances are we're probably going to see it fall back down to, I believe, somewhere closer to the $3,000 mark over the next 3 to 4 weeks. And then just like Bitcoin, we're going to see that price go up. When we're probably going to see the price of Bitcoin, or I'm sorry, the price of Ethereum go up relatively at the same time that the price of Bitcoin goes up, just because of that market correlation. So again, I'm looking at an entry point of about $3,000 to $3,100. That's probably where I would want to buy. And we're looking at a sell point, again, if we were to have 100% of the same run that we had last time. And again, kind of looking at somewhere between May and June, so the first and second quarters of 2022, and going from 3,000 to about 5,900, all the way up to potentially about $6,900. So again, we could be looking at a potential 100% gain there and doubling our money for Ethereum. Okay, so now that we have our top 1 and 2 choices, let's talk about my third crypto choice. So this is actually going to be Solana. So looking at Solana, I think that there are a lot of good things at play here. I think that there are a lot of good things potentially at play. And when we go and take a look at the technical indicators, Solana, again, I see the price potentially going down. If we're looking at our MACD, we have not finished this wave. We need this, we've lost the momentum. The price is going to continue to keep going down. The buying pressure is going to continue to keep going down as well. I see it dropping to about this $136 mark or so. And then we're going to see it go all the way up to about $253 to $298, $300 or so. So again, Solana, I think, is a very good opportunity. It's pretty much the same type of technical indicators that we're looking at for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And even though Solana has had a huge 2021, Solana continues to keep improving. They've got a huge network. And again, we start talking about a little bit more of the fundamental side of it. But even from a technical side, things look very good, in my opinion, for Solana as well. So let's just kind of do a quick recap of the three that we talked about and why these are what I'm suggesting. So quarter one and quarter two 2022 crypto market. Oh, excuse me, guys. All right, so Bitcoin. We're looking at the price over the next month or so to be somewhere between $43,000 and $55,000. So I know that's a pretty big range. My entry point though is going to be probably this $43,000 mark. This is where I'm trying to get at. If we get to this $55,000 mark again, that doesn't necessarily mean that we are ready to start skyrocketing. So I'm really looking at this $43,000 mark, and I think that we could get to somewhere between $77,000 and $90,000. So if we bought at 43 and sold at 90, we're looking at a 109% increase within the first 6 months of 2022. Very similar for Ethereum. So Ethereum, we're looking at a price of about $3,050. And going to $5,800 to $6,900, which would be a 126% increase. And then Solana, we're looking at buying at about $136 and selling somewhere between $253 and $300. If we sold at $300, that would be a 121% increase. So again, this is the way that I kind of trade is based on percentages, and you don't have to do the swing trade. This is over the course of the next 6 months or so. You watch the market. If it were to get to these prices, I would enter, and then probably, like I said, May, June, you may be able to take 3 nice 100% gains on the opportunity. So let's just say that you put in $1,000 on each of them: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. You turn your $1,000 into $2,090. Your $1,000 worth of Ethereum would be worth $2,260, and your $1,000 worth of Solana would be now worth $2,210. So turning $3,000 into $6,560, or 119% increase. So I know that these are already big players. I don't see that they're going to go anywhere. Bitcoin and Ethereum definitely aren't going to go anywhere. Solana, I would be a little bit more cautious on just because Cardano could come steal a lot of the Solana market share potentially. Competitors could also come out as well. But these are going to be my top 3 crypto predictions, or I'm sorry, my top 3 crypto picks for 2022. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, do me a quick favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I release videos like this all the time, and you're not going to want to miss out on any other videos. Okay, guys, well, that is the video, so I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys next week. Take care.